You bet everybody. Where are you waiting? You bet them all. You bet everybody, Joe. Everybody. What do you mean forgot? Rude! Jump scare. Thursday. It's Thursday. There you go, Joe. Satisfaction. Does it feel good to be dishing out the time you called and says, oh, she was here the minute I started up. Like, I literally, and she was in here. She was waiting. What in the actual fuck was going on earlier? Like, I don't. Hang on a little bit. I'm trying not to watch this because it's funky. I don't. Just the absolutely most bizarre. The absolute. We've had trolls, right? We've had a horde of trolls. Like, we have had trolls. But that was just bizarre. Abso-fucking-lutely bizarre. See, that bugs me though, right? Because I actually have a really fucking high IQ. I just act like an absolute dork 99% of the time. But your IQ doesn't get you anywhere if you don't have the brains to put it into play. Nor does knowing who painted the Sistine Chapel affect my daily life enough for me to give a fuck about it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get why intelligence is obviously based on what art history, you know. When did that become a thing? I don't get it. I really fucking don't. Like, I do not fucking get it. I don't understand the point. I don't understand the point that we're trying to make. No, like, the things that we needed to be taught, we're not taught. We're not taught how to do our taxes or how to cook properly anymore. Like in the school in my town, the home ec department is not even a pinch on what it used to be. But that's it. And again, like, you're googling it, and I was like, dude, my hands are here. It's like, I don't need to Google information that I don't deem useful. Like, I don't. Why would I? Baffles me. It was bizarre. I really do worry for the mental state of some people that use TikTok. No, I only know about history when it involves Iron Maidens and shit like that, because that kind of thing floats my boat. But you know, did you giggle there, Westy? I know, like I was like, hang on a minute, I just literally read a thing last night about a star in, is it Orion's Belt? There's a trio of stars in Orion's Belt. And I'm like, they're closer than that. They're near front. What the fuck? I don't even know what he said. But I'm like, I just literally saw a thing yesterday about I think it was a star in Orion's Belt. There's a trio of stars. Is it Orion's Belt? Not Orion's Belt. I'll have to find it. And it is Orion's Belt. Yeah, there's a trio. They're bigger than the sun. These three stars. Yeah. And I'm just like, are you okay, mate? Yeah, because I never knew that until yesterday. And I was like, I'm pretty fucking cool. But you know, things like that, you don't get taught that in school. You have to learn it through books, internet, documentaries, things like that. You have to learn that shit through that kind of stuff. But there's no difference in going to Google and pulling research documents off and there is sitting in the classroom when you're 14 years old and your teacher telling you. But the only difference is when you Google it, you get genuine knowledge, not washed out knowledge, because there's only so much they can tell you about things like Iron Maidens in high school. I do not. Art has. I wouldn't say art. I think art's beautiful. Some art I look at, I'm just like, I'm extremely fascinated by that art installation that was sweeping up its own hydraulic fluid until it died. But is it still alive? I don't actually know. And it's just forever going to be sweeping up its hydraulic fluid. And if it doesn't do that, it will die. Sorry, I'm straight in the snacks. They've been bugging me because I'm at the packet today. Yes, I think art is beautiful. Some art, I'm just like, what the fuck is that? What am I seeing here? Abstract art, just totally doesn't look big art. You know. But I'm much more interested in blowing shit up and making spell jars and drawing down stuff. Exactly. It's also got to be in some extent useful. Like, fair enough, if I wanted to learn how to oil paint, then I'd go and research techniques and shit. I am at the minute enjoying playing with my watercolour pencils because I know for a fact that I could put water on that and make it even cooler, but I'm not going to in case I ruin it, because I don't know what these pens do, the outline pens do. There is one piece of art that is really fucking cool, and if you've not seen it, you need to look up the Centurion. I don't know what it's called, the Centurion, but it's basically a Centurion where they've stuck a taxidermy horse onto, like, I don't think it's a mannequin, I think it's made of wax, and it looks like a Centurion would in like MMOs that we used to play. Fucking fire. Brilliant. I love it. But I like things like that. I like that art, that kind of art, like taxidermy and stuff. Oh wait, hang on a minute, Wife Skates, I need to send you something. Saw this on the way home from Lee's shop, and I was just like, I need this. I fucking need this. Fucking need it now. That is art to me. That what I'm just saying you. Shut up, Claire. That is fucking art. I don't know if you're going to check now or later, but that is fucking art to me. And that's the kind of art that I love making for my Halloween stuff. You know. But yeah, it was very, very bizarre. So we're just giving it a couple of minutes, Claire. Well, we've given it like 13, but we'll give it a couple more minutes to see if anybody else wants to come in. We're just discussing the interaction in tonight's live. If it hadn't been for their name, I would have instantly muted them, but their name bugged me. Their name really irritated me. Like, really irritated me. And the whole manipulation thing, I asked you a question, you can't answer it. You never asked my fucking question, mate. Oh, you missed a riot. We had one of the most bizarre trolls in the live tonight. Let me change my nails. I caught my nail earlier when I was trying to clean. I had to sharpen my eyeliner, so I thought I'd sharpen my lip liner at the same time. But the lip liner doesn't sharpen. I don't know why. I think I'm going to have to knife it. And it was just getting stuck in the end of the sharpener. So I was having to use a baby wipe to clean it, and it's really waxy. So it's scratched. Rude. It scratched my nail, and I can't see if I damage one nail, the lot come off and change them. We're gonna do some spooky videos, and if they're really obviously fake, we will take a look at the comment section first. Right? I can't laugh too hard though. That is fucking terrifying. I think on Tuesday we're going to have a look into Pendle Hill and the Salem Witch Trials. Should we do some witch trials on Tuesday? That's good. Yes. Right, I don't think we've watched the Feline video yet.
In the following video, a group of explorers visited an abandoned house, hoping to uncover clues about the family who once lived there and maybe piece together their story. But what they encountered inside is something they still can't get over to this day. Watch this.
Si te acuerdas de este lugar, quiero que me des una señal.
The minute I fucking hear that accent, The minute I hear the accent, I just know, leave. Okay.
Si te encuentras en este lugar hago una señal, quiero que te manifiestes. Hola.
Take the pistol off.
Dime que estás aquí.
Okay.
Quiero verte, dime dónde estás. Dime dónde estás. Solamente quiero saber dónde estás. No te voy a hacer daño.
Why would you?
Hola.
With the way objects were violently moving and no one
That's
inside,
nuts.
it's
Why
hard
would you
not
stay
to
there?
think
Why would you
something
be in there?
unseen
Why
was
would
in
you
that
not
house. Maybe even a spirit that wasn't ready to welcome
That happened in
guests.
my house, it
And
burned
when
it
you think
fucking
about
down.
it, most times people don't just abandon houses without reason. Sometimes it's because
Ew.
of tragic deaths that leave an energy no one wants to live around.
Cockle boy.
Other times, it's unsolved family mysteries or dark secrets that make the place unbearable. And in some cases, it's because of unexplained events so terrifying that people pack up and leave everything behind. So the question is, did these explorers really capture evidence of the paranormal? Or is there another explanation we're missing?
Yeah, clearly there was an earthquake. I'm in one of those moves. This is going to be fun.
In this next clip, a mother who lives alone with her son kept hearing something that left her uneasy. The voice of a little girl inside her home. But here's the unsettling part. She only has a boy, and he's far too young to even form sentences yet. One night, while her son was playing in his room, this happened. Watch.
What am I watching here? There's just going to flip me out. Can't hear it, there's kids, man. You just can't. Somebody in his bed, isn't there? And you know what as well? That's such a thing that a baby would do if they got in their bed. They'd be like, what are you doing in my bed? Kids far too young to be roaming about.
beginning of the video, a soft voice can be heard saying, "Are you happy?" Moments later, he moved closely to his bed, but instead of lying down, he stood pointing, as if someone unseen was standing there. And if you look closely, the way he's dragged across the bed doesn't look like the natural tossing of a child in his sleep. But what troubles his mother most is that nothing like this has ever happened before, and the movements look too deliberate to ignore. She's now convinced there are two spirits in her home. One, a little girl trying to protect her son, and the other, something darker that wants to harm him. But what do you think? Is she just overthinking this whole thing? Or is there something truly unsettling about this?
Not gonna lie, but I think you should maybe be up with your kid at like 7 o'clock in the morning at that age.
Clip.
Because that wakes me up. The minute I hear Kaylee, I'm awake.
This next clip was captured in 2014 inside an abandoned spa, a place that was once thriving until a string of strange accidents forced it to shut down, leaving it to rot. The man who recorded this footage wasn't there for ghost hunting. In fact, he had hopes of buying the property and bringing it back to life, but that was before this happened. Take a look.
There was too many reoccurring instances where he was awake or able to wander. Like, he could have pulled those chests of drawers down and stuff. That always bugged me. Like, I was lucky with my kids because obviously Cameron was in our room and then he was in with Robin until they were too big to share, and then Leah was a baby, was in with me, and then she went in with Robin, so she was never by herself at that age. I don't like it. It also looks like there's a door shut, not a stair gate, and I don't like that either. My bedroom door is the only door that I never close back when I'm in it. It's always open. Whereas both my kids shut their doors, I don't. Would I shut a baby's bedroom door? No. Stairgate. Fuck knows what they get up to if you shut them in a room. No, I didn't like that at all. That annoyed me more than the ghost. Hello. There was no reaction there, he didn't. There's no reaction. Okay, so you go into a building that's abandoned. A door starts flapping. You don't react. Then you go into the next room and shit starts falling over and you don't react. No, that's not how that works. That's two events. So yeah, this person knows something's there, can sense it, is aware of what it is.
It's no surprise he completely lost interest afterward, and honestly, anyone in his position would understand why. Because if visiting this place already feels this unsettling, then imagine what it would be like to actually stay there. Later on, when he dug into the spa's history, he discovered something chilling. Several guests mysteriously got wounded during spa sessions, and whispers began to spread that the waters themselves were cursed. Some even claimed the spa was built over an old burial site, and the spirits never left. Hearing all these made the man wonder if the spirits were responsible for all the activities he caught on camera. But like many other videos, this remains unsolved. The following clip was captured by a ghost hunter named Mac, who responded to a desperate plea from a close friend. For months she'd been tormented by unexplained disturbances in her home, so unsettling she refused to stay there alone. One night, while she was on night shift, she asked him to come around and see if he could get to the root of things, and what he saw might be the realest thing he's ever encountered in all his years of investigating the paranormal. Take a look.
Right, I heard creepy giggling again back here.
Why would creepy giggling? Why does everyone in a creepy giggle?
I hear it.
That's not creepy giggling.
I don't know where it's coming from.
Well, it's obviously behind that curtain that's not closed all the way.
Oh my god.
Holy shit, that's a fucking whole ass head.
Oh my god. Is there something right there?
No, there's nothing right there. Close your eyes. Fuck off. Well, there's nothing squashed down the back of the bed, guys. See, that's a case of it takes a few minutes for your eyes to adjust. Innit?
Day in the life of hunting ghosts. Gotta hunt.
If you watch closely, you must have noticed the clear image of a child in the room, which suddenly disappeared the moment he switched on the light. Now, skeptics might argue it's a trick of shadows, a camera glitch, or even staged editing. But here's the problem with those arguments. The outline was far too sharp and human-like to be dismissed as a shadow. The video was shot in one continuous take with no cuts, and Mac himself has a reputation for never faking evidence. Regardless of what critics might think, Mac is 100% sure of what he saw, especially because this was not the first strange occurrence that night. Before the child figure appeared, he had already witnessed several unusual activities and endured multiple failed experiments where his equipment kept malfunctioning.
Everything you're about to see is 100% real.
No, it's
So
not.
must be activities
What was with them
happening in the
faces?
bedroom.
I'm sorry, what was with those faces?
Nothing. And I guess tonight we're not gonna get it. Oh my god. Did y'all hear that? What was that? There it is again. Oh my god. Oh, there it is. Did you hear that?
Right, okay, I'm gonna say this right now because he's annoying me. Shut the fuck up.
Who's there? Who's there? Oh.
Fake. I'll call it now, it's all bullshit, just a setup. He gave it away with the stupid faces he was fucking pulling.
Each minute he stayed inside that house, the activity only seemed to escalate. He even tried communicating with whatever was there, but that attempt ended in chaos. Watch this.
Everything you're about to see is 100% real. These paintings have been falling off the walls. We're gonna keep all the lights on this time. They in here, they've been having problems. Things moving around. And we're gonna check to make sure that we are absolutely alone. And then I'll start doing a spirit box session,
Yeah,
and maybe we'll pick up some
talks over all the
ghosts.
noise.
But either way, tonight, start getting some. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. What was that?
Right, did you see how he hesitated before he opened that door there? Did you see that hesitation before he opened that door there? Watch, it's very, very slight. You've got to be a sleuth.
Jesus Christ.
Watch the hesitation.
What was that?
He was checking in the mirror. And as he was in that corner, out behind him.
Mac had gone in believing he was alone, but after
If you
what
go into
happened,
a bathroom that's got a full wall mirror like that, you keep your camera on that mirror the whole way round, right? So that you get a full view of the bathroom. You don't dip your camera down to a toilet.
it was clear he wasn't.
Unless you've just
And now
disturbed
that
the
he's
ghost
piecing
taking a
everything
fucking
together, he believes the
plasma
child
shit.
spirit was deliberately trying to instill fear, to drive him out of the house. But he didn't leave, and things only got worse.
Everything you're about to see is 100% real.
Is that just a cut scene that he's put in before every video, or is he doing that every time he's recording something? Because we don't need to see that. If you need to, before you show something, say, oh, by the way, everything you see here is 100% real. It's probably not.
Little spirit box session in here. That's fine, I guess. What the hell? Oh my god. spirit box session, but now we're getting activity, of course. Oh. It's getting... Oh shit! Son of a bitch! Oh my god.
Did you hear the door shut?
Oh my god.
A random empty ass room.
Clip. At one point, he even attempted a spirit box session, but got no responses. Yet the activity in the house carried on relentlessly until he finally saw that child figure in the first clip we showed. From that moment on, Mac was convinced this was the ghost of a child, and that explained everything his friend had been complaining about. She had woken up countless times to find her belongings scattered across the floor, furniture out of place, and toys she didn't own appearing in the strangest corners of the house. According to Mac, these are all signs of a restless child spirit playing tricks or lashing out. Many might not agree with Mac, but he still can't get over everything he experienced.
So, see if you've has anybody watched my video on Facebook, Uninvited, the one that I posted earlier? Was it earlier today? What was it earlier today? The full song that I posted earlier. Because believe it or not, that was a 3-part video that I stuck together. Did you see any cutscenes in that?
Experienced that night.
Debunked. Punk. Yeah, that was
Now
the
this
video.
next clip comes from a new convert who had been tormented for months by something inside his home. Night after night he claimed to hear low groaning,
Convert to
chandelier
what?
swaying, and strange tapping sounds on his walls.
Could I be getting rid of that even regardless of it being played by
face to
ghosts?
face. But what
That
started
looks
as a brave attempt quickly
really sad.
turned into something terrifying. Watch.
Is that all you can do? You know I have the power and the protection of God with me. So you can't do anything else to me, can you? You can close doors, you can make noises, you can move the chandelier.
Don't taunt things you don't know what you're dealing with. Don't taunt them. That is exactly what you're doing. You're fucking taunting.
So my camera usually shuts off. Who are you? Who are you?
The moment that knife flew across the room, everything changed. Some viewers are convinced he faked it, while others believe no human could have pulled it off at that angle. A few insist that ghosts simply don't harm people, and that this level of aggression belongs only to demons. But then again, there are those who argue it might not have been a demon at all, but classic poltergeist activity, born out of the man's own stress and fear fueling something unseen. But is it
And
really
the fact that he was
true ghosts
fucking
can't harm
taunting
the
it,
living, or is this just one big misunderstanding? You decide. For more haunting video,
Could he have yeeted that knife without moving his body really hard? But he isn't actually turning the camera around behind him, so somebody else could be there and have launched that. A very, very dangerous thing to do, by the way, for views, is chuck fucking sharp knives. It just seems like such a random object for it to have got and brought to chuck out. So poltergeists are angry, right? They're angry usually, I think, I mean, personally I think they're angry because they don't want to be dead, or they don't understand that they're dead and they're just stuck. They're frustrated. Genuine poltergeists that are pissed off just to nasty ass people before they die, that doesn't go away when they die. So if they get stuck, I always say they're stuck. somewhere between this life and that afterlife. You know, they're stuck. They're pissed off because they're stuck. They're pissed off anyway, but they're more pissed off because they're stuck. I don't think it would chuck a knife. I don't think even poltergeists are that nasty. That's really dangerous. It's such a dangerous thing to do, even if it isn't real. But he doesn't pan that camera around. If somebody threw something to the right of me, I would be turning the camera towards where it came from, not all the way around the other way, and not actually meeting the point that the thing was launched from. Yeah. Especially if the kitchen is not up there. That's suggesting that, I mean, poltergeists compared to normal spirits are high energy. They have to be high energy to be able to do the things that they do. Yes. They have to be high energy to do the things that they do. But in saying that, that's implying that that's carried that from somewhere. However ghosts move things, I've had things moved by spooky people. To throw it and miss, because it missed. No, I don't think that's real. Do not taunt a spirit that you don't know what it is. It's the first thing you did was taunt it. I don't even taunt spirits that I'm comfortable with. You know, I don't like that. That's such a bad thing to do on and then post it where other people can see you doing it, because then they think they can do it. Uneducated. Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. That really did not. It really didn't sit well with me, that last one. Okay, Mexico. No YouTube, we don't.
In Mexico, the store itself has a history of strange occurrences, some of which are really disturbing. But this one is by far the most disturbing thing that's happened. This is what was captured.
This one's a bit.
Needless to say, the store owner who appears on camera was left baffled. Given the history of strange occurrences that have taken place at the store, viewers believe that a malevolent force is responsible for this terrifying encounter. But of course, what do you think? Could this be footage of a supernatural force, or a stunt that was pulled off using practical effects? Is it real or fake? Feel free to let me know what you think.
Oh, I don't know.
Ashley Rain and her fiance.
I don't know about that one. That one's there was no. Usually when something is tied, we'd be able to see it. Yeah.
Is by far the most disturbing thing that's happened. This is what was
Let me
captured.
try and pause it when she's just standing. Because it's this leg here that goes. I can't see any way for... I mean, I know she's got tight trousers on. But to pull her like that, it would cause some sort of... It would cause some sort of distortion on her leg to pull her body weight. Nah. Nah, there's no way there's no way if they were pulling her with a... What would they pull her with? What would be strong enough to pull a grown-ass adult without having the ability to edit that footage or have a green screen there? Do you hear her shoes? No. I think that's genuine. Look at her foot. Why does her foot almost look like it's not her foot? Nah. She's getting pulled from the ankle. For a rope or a string, you'd see a rope, a string, I don't know what string would be strong enough to pull an adult. But both of her feet slide across the ground there. Both of them, not just one, both of them slide across the ground. And then for her to run out of that space, if she has something tied to her ankle, that has to be slack enough that she's not going to trip over it, and that it's long enough for her to run out. Yeah, so it's going to be longer than where she was standing, because she runs all the way out past it. You would not be able to do that with a bit of string. You cannot pull a fishing line, even like the fishing line that I've got on my rod. It's 40 pond. You would see that. You would see it, because it would distort all this. Even though it's clear, it would distort all that. You'd be able to see it. It would reflect the light and it distorts it. I don't think whatever it is knocked the camera at the end. I think she did that when she was running out. I think she's put her hands out to steady herself because she was running at a heck of speed. I don't think that was anything that we need to be like, oh, plus this as well, that's like a, oh my god, what the fuck. That's not a, nah, look, you'd see it there, you would see it there. There's no, like her, this part of her leg, her shoe would be distorted. It's not. Plus you've got no, unless you've got a lot of tension on a bit of string, you're not going to be able to keep her leg like that. That is being hell. That's like if I was to grab Leah's. I do it sometimes when I'm flooring and grab her and see, like, I think she knocks the camera. I don't think the camera moves on its own. I don't think that's anything related to this. And he is absolutely baffled. He's like, what the fuck? He's got balls, I tell you, for walking straight in after that's happened. But I think that's more of a case of, what the fuck are you talking about? And you can hear her outside. I think that one's real. I actually think that's genuinely something pulling her. I don't think you can fake that without green screens. She's going to have bruises all over her, for starters, because of the way she landed. Compo.
Needless to say, the store owner who appears on camera was left baffled.
Yeah,
Given the
he
history
just...
of strange occurrences that have taken place at the store, viewers believe that a malevolent force is responsible for this terrifying...
Again as well, if it was a stunt and she was being pulled, just see her... Oh shit, no. Oh, you're absolutely butthole. Oh, why would you do that? I don't think my history's on. That was not cool. As well as that, like what I was going to say before I was rudely interrupted.
The following footage shows one.
If you watch her
the most
legs,
disturbing thing that's happened. This video comes from the owner of which are
when
really
she's
disturbing.
first pulled,
But
her inside leg, the one that's not getting pulled. Watch the way she swings that about. To do that, that would throw off any tension you had on that line, because it's changing her body weight so quickly. It would either snap the line or pull the line back out. Think of fishing. Fish puts tension on the line, you get... It would have to be so choreographed. And it's not just a straight pull either when she gets to that door. She's kind of weaving a little bit. I definitely think that's genuine. I actually think that's genuine. Listen to her. That's fucking creepy.
Needless to say,
that
the
right
store
there
owner
is
who appears on
fucking
camera
creepy,
is
by
left
the way.
baffled. Given the history of strange occurrences that have taken place at the store, viewers believe that a malevolent force
Look at the way
is
she
responsible for
rocks
this
and rolls
terrifying
there.
encounter.
That you can't do that when you.
But of course,
you need
what
the
do you think?
tension.
Could this be footage of a supernatural force, or a stunt that was pulled off using practical effects?
Like if you like I'm saying, if I'm playing with Leah or even Kaylee and grabbing their legs and pulling her across laminate flooring, they will move like that, like based on whatever way they rock. But you can't rock like that when you've got a string set up. You just can't. It's like cupboard doors. You just can't. You can't.
Is it real or fake? Feel free to let me know what you think.
I actually think that's genuine. Probably the first one where I've just been like, what the fuck?
Ashley Rain and her fiance are away
I'm
from
really
home
up to this
when
guy.
their
I like
security
his
camera
voice.
inside their apartment captures something disturbing. Ashley writes, "We were moving out of our apartment and caught this on our camera. My cat won't take its eyes off of it. This is what she caught."
Cat involved. Oh hell no. There
appears to be someone or something peeking at the cat from behind the doorway. but it does so in a very strange manner.
It's
It
upside
seems to
down,
be
isn't
peeking
it?
sideways, with its hands gripping the doorway's frame on one side. But, as if that wasn't creepy enough, it seems to ascend and then disappear.
Yeah.
Both Ashley and her fiance have no clue
Like,
as
that's
to
a
what this
face.
could
That's a
have been.
whole ass face. That's like, do you know, like those fairground rides that you used to go? In fact, there's one in Blackpool, the haunted swing in Blackpool, with the room that moves around, and they stop it so the ceiling's upside down. That's what that reminds me
Now,
of.
this could be someone who had broken into their apartment, but there's
I doubt it,
something
mate.
odd about this person, and what they do seems physically impossible for anyone to do.
They climb up the way.
Viewers think that this might be a ghost or some other entity,
I don't think that's a
but as
ghost.
always, I'll leave it to you to decide as to what this is. It's a good thing Ashley is moving out, as I doubt she'll want to stay there after seeing this.
Would that not just make you question any little thing that's weird that's happened since you lived there? That would make me question, like, things moving and stuff. That would trip me the fuck out.
A famous singer named Mello
Yeah, that's
LV
almost
is
what I
recording a
was
video of
thinking, like a
herself
lizard
and a friend
person.
when something downright creepy is caught on camera. The singer had posted the video on her Instagram, not knowing she had captured something frightening in the background. It wasn't until viewers had started commenting on her post, saying they were scared, that she saw what it was that they had seen. As you might expect, she too was left unsettled by this footage. This is the video she took. Be sure to look very closely for this one, or you'll miss it.
Hey guys! It's super hot in Vancouver today, and me and Joanna are just waiting for our friend who's super late to come today. And if you guys see this video, take a look at how nice the drink, the cute girl, and how nice the pool is. You guys should come right now and join us, right?
What?
Right? Okay, you know what?
A face can be seen hiding in the bushes and observing the singer and her friend. The strange thing about this face, though, is that it seems to have eyes that are blacked out or no eyes at all. But what's even more strange about this
What's with that?
encounter is that when the camera pans back to where the face was seen after panning away, the face is no longer there. Now that's creepy. It isn't clear as to who or what this could have been, but it could be that someone had broken into the singer's home and hid in the bushes. As for the face, it could be that this was a mask worn by the intruder, but according to sources, the singer lives in a gated community with plenty of security. It would be impossible for anyone to break in without being caught by authorities.
That's what I thought. Jason.
So, with that said, if this wasn't someone who broke in, then who was this? Viewers can't shake the thought of this being a ghostly encounter, and paranormal experts also agree. Whether ghost or not, this video is pretty creepy. If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said, let's get back to the video. A general contractor for a house is recording inside the property when something very unsettling is caught on camera. The house contractor was shooting a promotional video for anyone who would be interested in
It's all very good and well, it's a gated community, but what happens if they live in the gated community? You know?
purchasing the house. But
You don't know who your
after
neighbors
reviewing the
are.
footage, the contractor found it necessary to take the house off the market. The reason for canceling the selling of the house is evident in the footage. This is what he caught.
Caught the primary legal police. God's sake, YouTube. Like, why am I going to buy a Prada bag? Buy a handbag I'm scared to use in case I fucking rip it or some shit. I'd much rather buy a fucking crystal fucking Centerpiece. Not even that though, it's like, unless every house has its own individual security guard, they're not going to be everywhere all at the same time. That can fuck right off. That's fucked up, that is right there. That's fucked up, that.
The
right.
reflection of what appears to be a dark silhouette can be seen in the room's mirror. The contractor asserted
mirror.
that nobody was inside the room at the time of this recording. If no one was inside, then
I
who
thought that
or
was a
what
window. That's
this?
not a mirror, that's a window.
Now, it could be that the
That's a window, look at the shadow. It's not a mirror.
contractor had mistaken his own reflection for a shadowy figure. It might have been himself that he caught on camera, as opposed to something else.
Well, is he wearing a white gown and has long black hair? Because if he doesn't have a white gown on, then the reflection can't be fucking hits.
However, if we look back at the footage when the contractor had entered the room, his reflection isn't seen, meaning that this had to be something else.
It's not a mirror. Why would you put
The
a mirror
figure
right in
also
the middle
appears
of
to
the
be
fucking
moving
room?
as the contractor stays in place. Whatever was caught on camera remains a mystery. So, could this be genuine footage of a ghost? Or is it something else?
I don't know what that is, but
Watch the video again and decide for yourself.
that's almost as bad as taking a picture and then finding none in it.
Crazy Carlos submitted the following image and writes, "This picture was taken years ago by the parents of the child seen in the photograph. They did not notice anything unusual about the photo until recently. It goes without saying, but the parents were terrified after seeing the thing behind their child."
That Polaroid.
The thing behind the child is something you'd see during an episode of sleep paralysis. Now, because there isn't much info on the photo, I can't think of anything to explain this. But, as with all videos, I'll leave it to you to figure this one out.
Yeah, that's fucked up, innit? The only decent thing about old photos like that is you could get the negatives, or you had the negatives. When you sent that away to get developed, you got the strip of negatives back, which meant you could get it, you know, digitized and stuff now. But that is fucking creepy. Reminds me of an X-Files episode. Not Mothman. No, they're red eyes. No, I don't like that at all. I do not like that at all. That gave me bad vibes.
The following segment features a set of videos of strange occurrences that have taken place inside a home. Very little information is given on these videos, but each one speaks for itself. Each video was shot in a room where most of the activity takes place. It is for this reason that a camera was placed inside to capture these strange occurrences. Yet, it seems that with each occurrence, the activity gets worse. Out of all incidents, the fifth occurrence is probably the creepiest of them all.
It's not really.
This is what was captured.
That's just things naturally settling after she'd moved. They've captured it from a different angle, but they've not really, have they?
It's the last clip that's hard to explain.
Why? Because it's trying to do their
the
washing.
basket appears to throw itself into the washer. Now, it could be that the video is playing in reverse, making it seem as though it threw itself in, when it actually fell into the basket. But even if the video was in reverse, it doesn't explain how the laundry fell into the basket.
Actually, it does
Viewers
look
can't
reversed,
seem to
doesn't
explain
it?
this final clip, and believe that this, as well as the rest of the clips, might be footage of a poltergeist in action. But
Yeah,
what
I
do you
didn't buy
think?
that the first time. I don't
Was it
buy it
ghost
looking
caught on
back.
camera, or was this something else? As always,
Yeah, they're doing the washing. Okay.
Ooh, look at this.
Scary
Another
videos to
top-rated
challenge your
product on Amazon.
skepticism.
It's a Braun Series
ready,
9
Wise
Pro
Gates?
Plus for an exceptionally close shave. And there you go, straight in his
I know,
basket. Soon he'll be looking and feeling, ooh.
I know.
Prickly jaw no more. Amazon, great brands, prices you'll love.
That's one good thing. Capital One.
Mexico. Some guys were walking
in fucking Mexico.
through a park late at night when they noticed something strange inside a parked car.
Mira, güey. Ve, güey. Le estoy sacando una fotografía, güey, ve. Ve.
That's a tweaker.
Increíble, güey, ve, güey. No mames. Está arriba de la troca, güey. Oh, güey. No tiene ni el rostro definido, mira. Mira. Ay. Ve, güey, se le ven los ojos hundidos, güey.
We all know what that
Mira la
is.
llama. No mames. Mira. Se le ven los ojos hundidos, güey, ve eso. Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre. Venga a nosotros tu reino. Hágase, Señor, tu voluntad en la tierra como en el cielo. Danos hoy nuestro pan de cada día. Perdona nuestras ofensas como también nosotros perdonamos a los que nos ofenden. No nos dejes caer en la tentación y líbranos de todo mal. Amén.
The footage shows a creepy female figure resembling a dead old woman sitting in the front seat.
How does it
Her
resemble a
presence
dead
alone
old
is
woman?
enough to make your heart drop.
Mystic Cat, am I going to like not sub to you because you're doing what everybody else does and put in assumptions on videos instead of just narrating the fucking video? How does it look like a dead old woman?
But when flames suddenly appear in front of her face, one of the guys completely loses it. He starts reciting prayers while his friend keeps repeating one word, witch. The flames keep growing larger. The old woman doesn't flinch, like she
Got a
doesn't feel
Bunsen burner
threatened
for
at
her
all.
habit.
It's hard to explain this logically, and most of
It's
the
not
comments under the
moving.
video are convinced
They're
it
not
was a real
moving.
witch.
Hey, steady on me.
This next video came from TikTok. A girl named Ashley claims something strange is happening in her house, and she's got footage to back it up. One night, while she was asleep, the security cameras
I know,
pointed
right?
at the stairs.
A witch. Just because there's fire involved. Fuck's sake. You know, we should start like the movement, like, you know, and create like a word for people who are offensive to witches.
Leading to the basement, captured something odd.
Is that a pew pew going on you? Lagger.
After watching the footage, Ashley freaked out so badly that she set up more cameras, this time aimed directly at the staircase. And here's what they recorded the next night.
Bruh, Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, fuck that shit.
her bags and leaving, she decides to set up yet another camera, this time in the basement. And of course, the horror doesn't take long to show up. Was it a ghost haunting her house? Some visual glitch, or something else entirely? There's no clear answer, but most people say this is just Ashley trying to boost her TikTok fame.
She's done it well if she has.
The next video was filmed
I can see a black cat on a black carpet looking up. You would not see in that. Especially because the bottom of the stairs is quite distorted. If it was a black cat on a black carpet that looked up at the camera, you would only see its eyes. But you've seen the night vision on my camera, the night vision on the doorbell camera. The eyes always look like we're fucking about loading laser beams. But that's 4K. That's clearly not 4K. It's over pixelated. Get better cameras.
Hiking trip in the mountains. One of the hikers got exhausted and decided to nap right on the trail. His friend, just messing around, started filming the campsite, but the footage accidentally caught something very strange and unsettling.
Mothman.
Let's take a look. A small, dark figure with long, messy hair is standing just a few feet away from them. Some commenters were quick to say this creature looks a lot like the Indonesian Genderuwo, a mythical being said to haunt forests. But of course, there are skeptics saying it's probably just an optical illusion. Maybe a tree stump or bush shaped in a way that resembles a human.
That's the thing that throws me.
Maybe so, but I'll let you decide for yourself.
If it knew that you couldn't see it, then it wouldn't stand stock still, would it? So, see like tree spirits and stuff. The way I look at tree spirits and things like legendary tree spookies, we're in their territory, man. We are invading their home. They're just doing what they do. We just aren't used to it because we live in fucking towns and cities. Like, they're just carrying on with their daily shit. What the fuck is that?
Honestly, when I first saw this clip, my jaw hit the floor. Shocked commenters under the original post even nicknamed this creature the Armored Sea Rat Devil. And honestly, pretty fitting. But then, experts reviewed the footage and calmed everyone down. Turns out, it wasn't a mutant or some cryptid, but a real existing creature, the Atlantic midshipman fish, known for its bioluminescence and singing.
Well,
yep,
that
it makes sounds to attract.
Looks fuck all like that. It is a fish, but that looks fuck all like the fish in that fucking footage.
Mates. Usually, it hides at the bottom of the Atlantic, somewhere off
that is not the same
fish.
fish.
The U.S., buried in the sand, barely coming out during the day.
That looks like a cod that swallowed something that's got stuck in its gills.
Seeing one of these,
or a fish that swallowed a puffer fish that's then inflated in its mouth. It's not the same fish. That is not that red fish.
Above water, that's next to impossible.
Actually, hang on a minute. That fish is upside down. That's upside down. That is upside down. That's why it looks funny. That's upside down. That's its wee fins underneath.
Buried in the sand. Barely.
That's its jawbones. That's the wee fins on its belly, and that's where it should be put. It's got bloat. That's what's wrong. Really severe bloat.
Out during the day. Seeing one of these above water.
It's upside down. It's stuck on its back. Look. Look, there's its gills. What kind of fish it is though, I don't know. Maybe it's a pufferfish. Is there a species of pufferfish with a big tail? It looks genuine, like it's swallowed something that's expanded in its belly. Or it's eaten something that's too big, because when that happens they can perforate their swim bladder, or they just can't swim. But that is its belly, that's its butthole, that's its tail, that's its wee flipper flopper fins. That's his belly fins, that's his flipper flopper fins, that's his gills, that's his underjaw, that's the bottom of his jaw. Yeah, it's probably full of plastic or something. But I was looking at the scales here, because these look like they're starting to pop out. It doesn't actually seem to have scales on its belly, but these scales look like they're starting to stick out, which is a sign of dropsy, which I'm assuming fish in the wild can get something like dropsy bloat. It's in oily water. Water quality causes dropsy in aquarium fish. Actually, shall I Google it and see if wild fish can get dropsy? They should be able to. Yeah, they can. Oh look, I googled for education. So the fish has got bloat. It's stuck upside down. Its swim bladder's probably exploded. It looks like it swallowed something. That's a wee shame. I would be in there helping it, to be quite honest.
This next video was recorded by a regular home security cam set up by a young family in their living room. They
dropsy is essentially where they retain
keep an eye on their
fluid,
baby when he's alone.
and it's when fish
But one
retain
day,
fluid,
while
it
reviewing the
stays in their
footage,
skin,
the mom spotted
their belly,
something super
and
weird.
it causes their scales to stick out the way because they're so swollen, essentially. It's quite a nasty disease. I've had a few times. I haven't, but fish have.
The family was shocked. They couldn't find any draft animals or other
I'm going
explanations.
to boil the kettle so I can make a cup of tea.
The baby wasn't going to explain
Actually, I'm going to have
anything.
another coffee.
Some people believe it might have been a deceased relative stopping by to check on the little one.
Clearly.
Others think it's something way more sinister, completely unrelated to the family. A guy was driving down a road at night when he spotted a strange figure up ahead. As he got closer, he grabbed his phone and started filming. The guy never figured out what it was, some stationary lifeless shape, or a real monster lying in wait as the car approached. There was no follow-up info or comments either, but the figure looked seriously creepy, and it was definitely not human. So, what do you think? Just a prank or something otherworldly? Drop your theories in the comments below.
Introducing our cutting-edge Smart Zoom reading glasses, co-developed by NASA engineers. No eye exam needed. These glasses automatically adjust to your vision needs, ranging from -7 to +7 diopters. Enjoy crystal clear vision for both near and far distances. The photochromic glasses.
A Reddit user captured something over the sky in Austin, Texas, that no one can explain to this day. Let's check it out.
That's weird. Very strange. That's a strange one.
The footage shows a strange crack-like formation in the clouds, as if the sky suddenly split open. It doesn't look like a storm or any known weather phenomenon. The clip quickly went viral, and the internet exploded with theories. Some people called it a glitch in the Matrix, saying reality just glitched for a moment. Others tried to be more logical, guessing it might be a rare atmospheric effect or the shadow of something hidden beyond the horizon. But as of now, there's still no scientific explanation. Meanwhile, Austin, locals are still wondering, what was that?
What was that? I don't know.
They say Rabagliati Hospital in Lima, Peru is one of the most cursed places in the country. And footage taken inside the hospital morgue on January 21st, 2024 only adds to its sinister reputation.
Stop, Karen. Fucking time to call this. You've been napping. Did a re-troll tire you out? Oh, this is one of these creepy fucking old hospital footage. The death shoot. Right, so my only thing with these, if that was not being pushed or pulled or supported by something, that would come down at a hell of a speed. If its brakes were on, one brake was on and the other brake was off, the other brake would automatically at some point click off. Because those are steep.
In one of the dark hallways, we see a hospital stretcher rolling down the corridor all by itself.
And then turn like that.
No one pushed it, no tricks, just pure, unexplained movement. Some skeptics blame drafts, but most people believe an invisible presence roams the hospital, possibly a soul that never found peace.
Are these drafts the equivalent of my dust? In fact, that's not on an angle, is it? No, it is.
A young man was quietly playing video games at home when he witnessed something extremely strange, which he managed to capture on his phone. Watch for yourself.
Wait, say it again. Prove that you're here. Why do you keep turning off the TV? Oh. Hey, hon. Come here. Look.
You're disgusting, Wisecapes.
I don't think it's just down here. Look at that. This is the most active during the day that I've... Oh, there goes the Xbox 2. Wait a minute.
You have to admit, he's got nerves of steel. Or maybe he thought his wife was playing a prank on him. At least until he saw a silhouette in the reflection.
My nephew's mum used to be close by the jar load.
Oh, I'm not liking this. Oh, wow. Wait. I swear I can see.
Fuck that!
Huh? Goes to Xbox 2. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm not liking this. Oh, wow. Wait. I swear I can see. I'm not liking that. Hon? Let's go to dinner or something for a while.
What was it? A creepy prank? Paranormal activity or something else?
I think that's... No, that's AI. That's AI, that bit there. He had me until I could see.
Take a look at what one TikTok user managed to capture in a parking lot at night. In this short clip, we see some strange-looking animal.
It's a cat with mange.
Many commenters suggested it might be a skinwalker, while others believe it could be a coyote suffering from severe mange.
It's a cat or a coyote or a fox.
Is it a sick animal, or something eerie and previously unknown to science? Share your thoughts in the comments under the video. It would be interesting to hear your opinions.
It's maybe even got rabies too, by the way.
This terrifying incident happened to a young man who
can only meet one of them,
something was off when he saw his wife standing motionless in the kitchen. Feeling uneasy, he decided to approach her, recording everything on his phone. But what he saw was not what it seemed. he asked her what she was doing, he heard her voice coming from the bedroom. In horror,
it's quite
he
easy to
realized
make
the figure
to
in
do
the
that
kitchen
though, isn't it?
wasn't his wife and ran to the real one. The scariest part came next. The figure in the kitchen transformed into something truly horrifying.
Yeah, that's Summit, man. That right there is fucking Summit. It's a wee bit scary, that, isn't it? Why escapes?
This moment scared the man so much that he fled the house in a panic. How would you have reacted in his place?
Oh,
a young man entered a tunnel to relieve himself, but encountered something that utterly terrified him.
Stop with
Take a look, and I'll remain silent so as not to disrupt the atmosphere.
Stop peeking round corners. It's not nice. I don't like it. Oh, fuck no. Why should you tell me See, if anybody ever thinks that they can prank me by crawling at me, I will use your head as a football. There ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. Your head is getting used as a fucking football. I don't care who you are. That is a no-no. That is an absolute no-no. As for peeking around the corners of doorways, you're about to get some. Are you stuck in the tunnel between two of them?
Everything that happened to the guy looks undoubtedly eerie, but for some reason, it doesn't seem paranormal. It's likely he just disturbed a drunken homeless person.
Okay then! Cause drunken homeless persons don't have clothes on and stuff. And there's two of them there, because you can see the second one coming up behind them.
Another bizarre video that gained millions of views this week shows a girl, TikToker, secretly recording her boyfriend as he calls her parents to ask for their blessing to marry her. But the video went viral for a completely different reason. The comments section exploded with questions about a third hand.
Well,
in a follow-up video, the couple didn't clarify the mystery. Instead, they added even more questions.
Why has he got like a pet hand? Why has he got a pet hand?
So, is this just a clever prank with a fake hand? Or is there something
He's got a
genuinely
pet
strange
hand,
going
doesn't
on?
he? Like my wee squidgy dinosaur.
This is probably one of the strangest UFO sightings I've ever seen. The
Not
exact
really.
location is unknown.
Get used to it, because they're
but it
coming, boys.
reportedly happened on
That is a
October
train on a
22nd,
fucking bridge, you
2024.
absolute idiot. It's a train on a bridge, you can hear it! You just can't see the bridge because it's the same shade as the fucking sky.
A long, flying object resembling a string of connected stars moved across the night sky. Many immediately assumed it was Starlink, Elon Musk's satellite train. But compare Starlink photos online to what you just saw.
hear it
is much
too.
dimmer, flies much higher, has lights spaced farther apart, and isn't nearly as long. Plus, it doesn't move at such high speeds.
Starlink doesn't even look like that. Starlink is a line separated by about 10 seconds each. They come over one, then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, until they're done. Because I sat and watched them about 4 nights ago in the garden. Well, sorry, 5, 6. The last time it was clear, right? It was the night before I was trying to get Neptune and Saturn on the telescope, and I sat and fucking watched them. They don't even fly. They don't fly close together like that. There's a space between them. Otherwise, they can smash into each other. Yeah. Cause if I see something up there that's moving that shouldn't be, I always give it a couple of minutes to see if any more come after it, because that's how you're watching the Starline. ISS are different. You can check on the map because they have their scheduled routes. No, they're not. And one of them might be a second ahead of the one in front of it was to the one in front of it, if that makes sense. They're not stuck to each other like that. That is train fucking windows.
What could this be? Aliens? Or
it's just very well placed camera that makes the bridge invisible in the dark.
Or top secret government craft we're not supposed to know about? Share your theories in the comments.
It's probably that looks like a farm. It's like where the Harry Potter train goes over the bridge in my Rhiannon video. If you were to go there at night time, that's what the Harry Potter train would look like. And it would shoot you.
A video recently appeared on the TikTok.
Here, this is just turning into a debunk the bullshit channel. It could be monorail, yes. That's probably more likely because there's less
account. King Lavender
there's less
is truly bone-chilling.
Required to run
the
a monorail.
footage, taken from a security camera, was recorded in a hotel where the uploader was staying temporarily while waiting for power to be restored after Hurricane Milton had left the entire area in darkness. The man recounted that late at night, when power was finally restored, he captured something terrifying.
What the fuck is that? Why does it sound like somebody taking a pee-pee?
Behind the front desk, a strange humanoid figure is visible, emitting unsettling sounds. Could this creepy creature have ended up there because of the hurricane? Possibly, but the uploader admits he has no idea what it was, and it scared him to his core. This eerie clip from surveillance footage, uploaded to TikTok, shows a terrifying scene.
They're just doing a Mortal Kombat advert. Oh, you guys! No, I'm not getting more snacks. I was finding a box of nails.
Out of the darkness, a ghostly figure suddenly appears as if materializing from nowhere.
No, I don't want to wreck these ones. Give me a second. We'll go watch how I pick my nails. I think I might want to win them blue ones.
Minutes later, the entire family runs outside to confront the ghostly intruder that frightened their mother, but no one is there. Now they're all left wondering, who or what was that? And how is this even possible?
Because of potatoes.
This is an old video that has never been fully explained. Watch closely. that this is not an insect on the lens. The object casts a shadow and even triggers a car alarm as it flies over. What is this black mass? A camera glitch or something paranormal? That's for you to decide. A creepy video recently surfaced on TikTok, starting off as seemingly normal and harmless.
I started buying them.
However, everything takes a sudden turn when something strange and terrifying appears in the background. Let's watch.
So I've got a couple of pairs, yes. I need to get some more though. Dude. I don't think he belongs with them.
Me bajé los pies.
A bizarre figure resembling the rake emerges in the background.
That doesn't look anything like the rake, my friend.
This short yet chilling moment raises many questions.
You've actually
and
done your
shivers
research.
down the
Rakes
spine.
don't look like naked
What is
people.
that? And why is it hiding here?
Their arms and their legs are too long for the body.
Questions that remain unanswered.
That's just somebody in shorts. Right, that's got a kid in it. I don't want to do kids. Mysterious, creepy things. Exactly, weird. It's a weirdo. Will we do this? Mysterious things caught on camera that will creep you out.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slap Cam. You're about to see some seriously freaky videos, so hit that subscribe button.
Are you ready, Escape
for more scary
Karen?
content.
Clear if you're still here.
Just like this.
Hey Shan, for some serious and freaky videos. I am like the undertone is like just
seemingly
taking
audio
piss.
photo taken in the summer of 2011 has sparked widespread curiosity and speculation after being shared to the Ghosts Caught on Camera Facebook page.
There's a ghost caught on camera Facebook page. Cool.
Captured on a rural property in Western Oregon, the image shows a group of young girls standing by a creek, but with one chilling twist. A ghostly-looking girl appears in the photo, who was supposedly never there. According to the original poster, Tammy Brenneman Vick, the photo was taken with an early model iPhone while spending time at her grandparents' remote property. Only a few people were present that day. Herself, her friend, the mother of two of the girls in the shot, and her 7-year-old son, who declined to be in the picture. But when she later sent the photo to her friend via text, the response was instant. Who the heck is that? The confusion centered on a pale-looking girl standing near a tree on the top left of the image. Her greyish skin tone, unnaturally dark eyes, and the faint, faded quality of her
Wait, the whole last
appearance
person
stood out, especially in contrast to the other clearly defined children. But no one present that day remembers another girl being there. In fact, the poster is adamant. The girl on the top left wasn't physically there with us. We have no clue who she is. Adding to the eerie backstory, the poster explains that the property has always carried a certain history. While there's no known history of tragedy, she and her sister, who both spent much of their childhood on the land, have shared strikingly similar recurring nightmares about certain areas of the property. To complicate matters further, the family's first home on the land was destroyed in a freak electrical fire just a few years after being built in the 1970s. Speculation has arisen that the girl might be the spirit of a drowning victim, as the child in question is standing near the deepest part of the creek. Whether or not the mysterious girl is truly a ghost remains up for debate, but for the families involved and the growing number of people viewing the image, her unexplained presence is as haunting as it is unforgettable. A photo posted to the Creepy Facts Facebook page has left viewers rattled after what appears to be a mysterious extra child showed up beside a young girl, despite no one else being present when the image was taken.
I remember that. That's a genuine, I think.
According to the original poster, the photo was
Yeah,
taken by
you would
her mother
expect.
using a standard phone camera.
If they were a drowning victim to be...
She wrote, "My daughter is the one on the right. There was absolutely no one else there when she took the photo, yet somehow another figure appears beside her." post quickly gathered attention, with many viewers unsettled by the strange presence. One commenter suggested the image might show a ghost, while another posed a chilling theory. I'm wondering if this child had a twin at birth but maybe didn't make it. Skeptics, of course, have offered possible explanations ranging from motion blur to image artifacts, or even a simple trick of shadow and light. But most agree that the image doesn't appear to be intentionally manipulated.
Well, the kid's wearing different clothes.
We'll throw this one over to you, the viewer, for final judgment.
Can't really be shadow or a light reflection if the kid's not.
Or a ghost caught on camera? Let me know down below.
Alright, you really have a tape of a ghost?
Yes, I do.
Reddit user available time 7293 has reignited interest in one of radio's most eerie moments by sharing a spine-tingling audio clip from the legendary program Art Bell, Coast to Coast AM.
Now that is creepy, that is really creepy.
It just makes the hair stand up, you know. I'm used to it now, but it used to just make my hair stand up.
The clip, which features a caller recounting her family's terrifying experiences in a haunted house, ends with what she claims is the actual voice of a ghost, caught on tape.
But I'm going to play.
Oh, you mean there's a voice?
It's a voice.
I remember this.
It's a voice message on the tape.
From
the caller
years.
Explains that the events took place about 10 years prior in Oroville, California. At the time, her young daughter had been playing with a small tape recorder with a friend, creating stories and recording them for fun. But when they went to play one of the tapes back, they discovered something disturbing, an unfamiliar voice at the very start of the tape before the girl's recording even began. The voice, which appears on the unmagnetized lead-in section of the cassette, seems to say, "I wish we were together."
He says, "I wish we were together."
That's freaky, innit?
Oh, alright, play it again.
Should do anything.
Describes playing it over and over again in disbelief.
Be able to be recorded on the unmagnetized piece of a tape.
Activity began escalating in the house. After the
Like if
voice
you
was
run it
discovered, the caller claims the house became increasingly active.
too
Her
early
son's
on
bed
the
was
cassette when you
allegedly
record
dragged
it,
several feet
wouldn't.
across the floor with him still in it. Her waterbed would churn as though something was moving inside it. An exercise bike would turn on by itself. The family also reported loud knocks, sometimes gentle, sometimes violent, echoing through the home. One particularly vivid account includes the family's cat reacting to knocks on a cupboard. When the woman knocked back, she says the unseen force knocked back real hard, slamming the cabinet. Eventually, the family
Thought he was going to say slamming the cat.
had occurred in the house years earlier, possibly in one of the bathrooms. This revelation gave context to the intense feeling of being watched and the caller's long-held discomfort with one bathroom in particular. I never used it, she said. I always felt something else there.
No, but he's saying it was on the unmagnetized piece of tape. You know, the really thick bit at the start of a tape.
Crashes in his own home studio.
Before you record
the voice, slow
on
and emotional, struck both host and listeners as deeply unsettling.
Felt something else there.
I hear you. Now that is creepy, that is really creepy.
It just makes the hair stand up, you know. I'm used to it now, but it used to
Because
just make my
I
hair
remember
stand up.
tapes when I was a kid. You used to record on tape.
One last
You
time,
should
hit it
record,
one last time. Listen very carefully.
Bell asked the caller to play the audio
top
clip again
20s
and
on the
again.
radio
Each time the phrase, "I wish we were together," became
every
more
Sunday
clear.
and then listen to it until the next Sunday. And I record the next week's top 20.
Whether you believe in ghosts or not, this recording, combined with the family's detailed
That's how we
account
used to
of
learn
Hearn's grim
music.
backstory, makes for a gripping paranormal case. Was it a spirit trapped in the location, a residual echo from a tragic past, or something else entirely? You can listen for yourself and decide, is this genuine evidence of the afterlife, or just a chilling coincidence caught on tape?
He says, "I wish we were together."
No, you're not that old.
Oh, alright,
This
play
gets
it
like
again.
nearly, I'm 2.5 years off 40, man. That's fucking scary. I don't look 2.5 years off 40.
A recent post by Reddit user available time7293 has sparked fresh discussion around a classic paranormal mystery. Why do ghosts seem to walk through walls or appear to climb stairs that no longer exist? In a thought-provoking graphic shared to the platform, the user suggests that spirits may continue to follow the same paths they used when they were...
Do I think all ghosts can walk through walls? No, I don't. And here's why. Residual spirits, yes. Because, like this is saying, the wall plan might have changed. Their memory does not change. That echo does not change. So regardless of the wall being there, do I think all ghosts can do it? No, I don't. If all ghosts could do it, no ghost would be able to pick up plastic, tiny piece of plastic, and throw it across my room. They have to be able to have some sort of solidity to them to be able to manifest, to pick things up. Residual energy, on the other hand, is just a memory flash. It's a repeat of an event that's happened. Like, remember when we had that discussion before we came over to YouTube about what sets residual energy? What decides in a moment of the universe to, like, say me sitting here now filing my nails, for example, in 200 years time it could be an echo in time. But what decides that moment in time? What decides that? How do I, here, now we're getting deep, so if you like your wee DP conversations, Will, and you gotta get you in. What, see, like, when we talk about glitches and things falling through holes in the matrix and then reappearing later, like the dinosaur, and stuff like that, CDs have done it for me, it was a hairbrush for Sean, you know, certain things, we put them down and you go back and you're like, I know I put that there, why is it not there? And then it'll reappear later. What is to say, now we discussed that, is it us in another dimension using that object and then put it back? But that could work on the other things as well, as in, like, when things are getting moved in front of people, that we're going, oh my god, that's a ghost. How do we know that's not how do we know that's not an echo that we're just witnessing, but we happen to have placed that object in the exact same spot as the echo for it to manipulate it and move it? Oof. Fuck you who'd said I wasn't smart earlier. I'm smart. I make everybody's brain hurt because of the way I think. How does that not? But this is what we talked about here. I think it was one of the first ones on TikTok, so you weren't in for the whole thing. But that's what we discussed. Are glitches in the matrix really things falling through the matrix, or is it us in another dimension moving the object and using it and then putting it back? Because we had a discussion in here as well about timelines. There's a woman called Dolores that does a lot of timelines, and she works with people and gets them to deal with trauma and things, and she thinks that our past, present and future timelines all run consecutively each other, so they're in line, which is why we get deja vu, because we're doing the exact same thing on one of the other timelines, which is cool as fuck. But she's suggesting that time is one thing, not, oh, we had a past time and we've got like our future lives and stuff, so this is our present. But it's a logical thing. Somebody's obviously nicked it and they're taking the piss and they won't give it me back. That's a thing. Or where the fuck have I put this? And then you go back a couple of weeks later and it's exactly where you knew it was. Is that realistically something falling? Now, do things fall through the matrix? I don't doubt that. But is it not more likely that it's just you on a different timeline moving it and putting it back? And how do we know that things that we're moving aren't fucking up somebody else's, your other timelines, and they're doing exactly what we're doing by, I know I fucking put that there, where the fuck is it? It's got you thinking, won't it? Aye, it's got me thinking. It makes sense to me. Like, that makes more sense to me than ghosts moving it. We don't know. Well, it's funny you should say about a CD collection, because back in the day when they used to sell compilations of Clubland, I bought my very first Clubland CD when I was 14, and I used to have one of those, I think I've told you this story, if not I'm getting serious deja vu. I used to have one of those corner units with a turntable in it, so you could stash shit in the inside, but you had like the shelves for CDs and DVDs on one side and a turntable. It's where your mama used to hide her booze if she didn't have one of those globe things. Now that's me showing my age. Yeah, and I used to have one of them in my room with my telly on it, a big fucking block telly. And I had Clubland, fuck knows what year it was, early 2000s, and I lost those CDs for months and months and months and months. And you know when you know, because I only put my CDs in the back of this turntable and they were not there. They were fucking not there. And we lived in that house for a long time. We lived in that house. Robin was a baby and I lived in Spain, so 15 years. And it wasn't until maybe about 4 or 5 years after they went missing. I was in my last year of high school. I might have been younger than that then. Maybe I nicked them off my brother. But anyway, I had come back from school, or college maybe even, and walked into my bedroom, and here were these 5 compilation CDs out of the box. The box never was returned. Just the CDs lying scattered in a line on the floor in front of the telly. Yeah. Never been able to explain that. It was only me and Mum that lived in the house at the time. There was no explanation for that at all. But that was the house that I saw shadows standing at the bedroom window from the park. Funnily enough, the same park where the nun is. And guys, I did some more fine editing of footage last night, and I don't think that's a nun. Me and Wisecakes have both confirmed we don't think it's a nun. I can actually see hair, what looks like brown hair, down the left side of that picture. If you zoom in on the I'll put the pictures in the Discord, but I don't think it's a nun anymore. I actually think that maybe, perhaps, could very well be the witch. She looks like she's got a big, heavy fucking cloak on, but there is definite hair. The colour is different. The colour is different. And she is not opaque, she is pure solid mass. I don't know what, I don't know. I don't think that is the same as the monk that we've seen in the video. I also edited the monk video and made it so much clearer, because I was trying to see if she was in the bushes during the time that I caught the monk, because I actually point the camera towards the bushes more than I do towards the monk. So the monk, as far as I can figure out, is residual energy. He does not interact, he is just an echo. Just by the fact that I couldn't pick up on him and he wasn't looking at us. Because if we're in the park, yeah, it's brown, definitely brown. If we're in the park and the nun had saw us, We're just going to call her the nun because it's easier than changing her name. If I ever find out her name, then we'll be able to call her that. But she knew I was there. She was watching us. She was looking straight at me, straight down the lens of my camera when I took that picture. So she is not residual. She is active. Don't do that to my phone. She is active and she wants to communicate. Just getting the right. Try to think of the word. The right conditions to do it. That we can't figure out. It's not on any other picture that I've taken, so there's definitely something there. Whether it's a child or a woman crouching, I don't know, but I didn't pick up on any children, but then I won't unless I allow myself to. So that's something that is me holding back. It's not that it's probably been trying to interact, but I don't interact, I don't engage with children. It's one of my big no-nos. I can see you moving over there. Yeah, that's one of my big no-nos. I don't deal with child ghosts. I cannot. I mean, I know Nathan comes in this house, but he's more of a visit. Alright, computer, why is everything making funny noises? Yeah, he's more of a visit, and he's got a timetable of where he goes, so he doesn't really bother. But he's older, he's like 11, 12, or he is in whatever form he comes to me in. I don't know whether that's because he's a child. Well, that's the thing. If I can get the nun to start engaging, we'll need to take the dowsing rods over before it gets dark. I mean, we could do it in the dark if there's somebody there to hold the torch. That's not a problem. But yeah, I don't think that we're going to get anything out of the monk. I think he's just an echo. We might catch him again, but again, like I said the other night, the conditions had to be exactly 100% right for that to replay. Because I've played in that park, there's plenty of people that walk their dogs in that park. Nobody has ever come back to me with anything that looks like that. So it's a case of an echo, innit? It happened in a time, place, conditions have to be right. Well, the fog could trigger, and it could be very well the only reason he's been there, because I mean, usually when it's foggy I don't go to the park. It wasn't foggy when we arrived at the park. It got foggy when we got to the park. So yeah, it's conditionary, and it would probably be at the same time as we caught him the first night. So I think it was like 8 minutes past midnight. Was it that late? It was that late because I got chased by the badger at like 11:30. Yeah, so it would have to be correct time, correct weather conditions, because that's how echoes work. They're like recharging. The nun, though, I can feel her watching me every time I walk past that park. Do you know, she's calling me in. I just know not to go over there without protection on me, because just in case she is not pleasant. I think that might actually be the witch. Do you know, like when you're blinded by what's in front of you? I think that's a case of what's happened. They were so convinced it was a nun. That's maybe by design as well, on her behalf, to distract by appearing as a nun. But no, she's further forward, and she is massive. She is big. She's a big fucking spook. Like, if that's her crouching down, that bush was up to Cameron's chest, and she was crouching down in front of that slightly, I would say, not exactly on it, because you can see the bush just covering her face, so she's slightly in it, but that's her crouching, and she's almost as tall as that bush. Big old girl. I'm also going to try speaking to her in French, which will make no sense, but a lot of the nuns that came over here, the era of nun that we think she might be, were all French. So that could have been another reason why she was hiding, because we are Scottish. She's maybe been terrified because she didn't know what we were saying, what we were there for. It's all circumstantial with these things. You know, it could be a fluke. She might only appear in the fog. We do usually get quite a bit of fog this time of year too. So anytime there's fog, I'll go over there and see what I can see, even if I don't do a live. But it's probably better if I don't do a live. I need to get another device. I need to get a second device for streaming so that I can use my phone for taking pictures. But I did we have to do that artist suggested imagery again. Now see if I run that through and it comes out looking like that nun without. Right, there was no need for that. You didn't even need to. You didn't even need to do it. You just didn't. Yeah, full moon, no clouds. Full moon, no clouds, mist or not. The fact that I can still feel her though tells me that she's still there. She hasn't left. Yeah, but I can't get the Perseids to come back, can I? I think the next full moon I'll go over to the park. Or we'll go over to the park on the next full moon. Now, the only thing that I will say is October will definitely maybe not be a month for, well, maybe it will be, but I don't know. I tend not to do interactions for October because we get close. We get very close. But again, things should ramp up for me anyway, so we're going to have plenty of footage outside me deliberately interacting with shit because of the veil. I mean, I can feel it. It's got a couple of holes in it, like, and that's just going off the energy I pick up. That was the weirdest thing whilst I was doing my nails there. I thought it was the curtain. I've got curtains, blackout curtains, and I've got brown nets. And I thought the wind was blowing the net on this curtain, because underneath the telly next to my router I could see something moving, and it was a fucking hand. Look, the window's shut. Stop now that I've mentioned it, but I've seen it like 3 times and then I was like, yeah, I can see you. That was weird. Very strange. Right, let's watch the end of this before I talk.
Alive. The twist, over the decades or even centuries, the internal layout of homes and buildings is often altered. Walls are added, staircases are removed, and spaces are reimagined.
Acknowledge walls.
Living. As a result, a ghost might appear to be gliding through a solid wall or floating awkwardly through mid-air. Not because they're trying to
I wish they'd stop doing this with AI.
simply following the architecture that once was.
As cool as it is.
This theory closely mirrors a well-known paranormal concept known as a residual haunting. Unlike intelligent hauntings, where a spirit is thought to interact with the living or respond to its surroundings, residual hauntings are more like a recording of past events. The energy of a person or moment is believed to be imprinted on a location, replaying over and over like a scene caught on loop. These hauntings are typically non-interactive and tied to specific routines. Someone walking down a hallway, opening a door, or climbing stairs that no longer exist. The Reddit post has resonated with believers and skeptics alike. Some see it as a compelling explanation for odd architectural inconsistencies in ghost sightings. Maybe that cold spot or sudden feeling of movement isn't random, one user commented. Maybe we've just renovated over the past. Others, however,
I like that term, renovated over the past. That's cool as fuck. That's a good term, that right there.
That ghosts or their energy exist in the first place. Still, the theory raises an interesting question. If walls and rooms can change, but energy impressions linger, could modern buildings be full of forgotten paths and forgotten presences intertwined beneath the surface?
This land was empty. It was an open field until 20 years ago. 2008 they started building these houses. So I was 18 and I used to play here when I was younger. So for at least fuck knows how long. It was a sheep field and it was marsh. There was nothing here. The only reason we know there was something here is because when they dug the foundations for these houses, particularly this street, because there's two parts to my place where I live, it was kept hush hush, but you know when people work for companies they're going to speak regardless of whether it's you can't tell the residents that. It was rumoured that they found a partial skeleton. If this was a monastery, we know that back in the good olden days they were not squeaky clean, and I know for a fact now that there was gallows at the bottom of my town. We don't know anything up here. There's no history of this area other than there are roads through that, which was the beginning of the 18th century. Anything before that, this is just referred to as a name, and over there is referred to as a name. Nothing else. I'm assuming it was just farmland. So whatever was built here may not have been exactly in this location. I did find out another thing actually whilst I was doing my research. So I know there was a train crash, so Yscapes and Karen have seen pictures of over my back fence. The other side of my fence in my back garden used to be a railway line, and in 1889 or 1889 there was a train crash. Now I didn't know this. There's a building up there, a TAS building supplies. That was the train station. It's the original building, the original brick. But there was a train crash, fatal through that train station in 1889. I couldn't find anything else on it because it was Ancestry and they wanted me to pay, and I was not paying fucking Ancestry to read about my local history where I could go to the library and fucking get it. So yeah, that is maybe 200 yards that way. Train line is there, and we used to play on that train line. There's a bridge down. Oh my god, I should take you in the bridge, because that bridge is haunted, and I know that bridge is haunted. That is an experience that I had as a child. Oh. We're not entirely sure whether they jumped in front of the train or threw themselves off the bridge. Choo-choo.
A mysterious photo shared by Reddit user Legitimate Carpet 375 has reignited interest in eerie outdoor trail cam captures. According to the poster, the image...
Is it just mist like my smoke yesterday? Is it just mist where the sunlight or the moonlights hit it at that right angle?
It was taken roughly 20 years ago.
It's illuminated the whole lot of it.
Shows a strange, wide, semi-transparent shape in the
We've done this before, don't we? We get my torch out.
The photo was uncovered after a friend retrieved his old trail camera and had several shots printed, only to notice something bizarre in one of them. Some viewers have likened it to a classic
seems a little bit
manifestation, a wisp of energy caught mid-motion.
Yeah.
Others noted its semi-transparent quality, suggesting it could be something moving rapidly under the camera's flash. One of the more grounded explanations came from a viewer who proposed it could be a bat captured mid-flight. If you look closely, you can see the wing membrane and its little hands, they wrote. As with many unexplained trail cam photos, definitive answers are hard to come by. But that hasn't stopped Reddit users and paranormal enthusiasts from offering their takes on what was captured that night.
Why would it be luminant white though? It wouldn't illuminate white if it was... There's no flash on the camera. To get illumination like that, there would have to be a flash on the camera, but not only would there have to be a flash on the camera, but everything else would be illuminated too.
Here's a quick and odd one from TikTok user Tiramisu80.
Please tell me that it's not a giant nutcracker that's about to start walking across that fucking way. Oh hell no. Oh no, that thing would be getting a knife through it, that would be getting burst. Nutcrackers terrify me, I don't know why.
In the now widely circulated clip, the uploader claims they were...
Is that not just one of those blow-up costumes that somebody's wearing?
Broken in the night by a doorbell camera notification, alerting them that a person had been detected outside their home, but what they saw left them terrified.
Look at the way it swings around the wall.
While at first they thought the camera caught an intruder, it turns out the wind had got a hold of their nutcracker blow-up ornament, creating the uncanny incident. While an explanation was eventually reached, one thing's for sure, this footage does not spread classic Christmas cheer.
That's terrifying. That is fucking terrifying, that right there, don't care.
In May 2025, a strange and unsettling mystery began to unfold in Richmond, California, where residents reported birds suddenly falling from the sky, sometimes with a loud pop and visible trauma.
EMF, innit?
Witnesses described the sound as similar to a firecracker.
It's like a bird EMP bomb goes off.
Birds collapsing mid-air or as they perch, seemingly exploding on impact. Security cameras have captured several incidents, prompting fears of electrocution from power lines. However, utility provider PG&E has ruled out electrical faults, confirming their infrastructure meets bird safety standards. Necropsies performed by California Fish and Wildlife revealed significant trauma to the birds, including a mourning dove and European starling. However,
if it was a electrical thing, they would have electrical bombs.
But no evidence of electrocution or poisoning was found. Officials say the injuries are consistent with pellet guns, BB guns, or slingshots, though no suspects have been identified.
No, not slingshot. How can a slingshot take out flocks of birds? Because there was one a couple of weeks ago where it was blackbirds and there was hundreds of them.
Flyers have gone up in the neighbourhood asking residents to report any suspicious activity or further incidents. Authorities, including wildlife officers and the Contra Costa Sheriff's Office, are continuing their investigation. While trauma appears to be the likely cause, the true origin of Richmond's exploding birds remains unresolved, leaving both experts and residents searching for answers in this ongoing urban mystery.
I've put Callan in this here sack. Get this vid to 10k likes, or he stays in there.
Widescapes, is that my troll? Is that what he looks like?
For decades, residents of Somerville, South Carolina have reported mysterious glowing orbs hovering along the town's old railroad tracks.
Maybe at least a little less warty.
The lights are often described as soft, flickering spheres, sometimes white or bluish, and are most frequently spotted near the old Somerville Dorchester tracks, a place now steeped in
Yeah, I don't, he's just a cheeky wee shit. Are these actual pictures or are these AI impersonations?
According to legend, the lights belong to a grieving woman said to be searching for her
yeah, that's just reminded me I need to have a
whose spirit is said to wander the tracks with a lantern in hand. While many in the community have embraced this ghostly tale,
are they real or is that AI?
Scientists believe there may be a more grounded explanation. According to US Geological Survey seismologist Susan Hove, the Somerville lights might actually be earthquake lights, a rare and poorly understood phenomenon caused by seismic activity. Earthquake lights are naturally occurring luminous phenomena that appear before, during, or after seismic events.
Right, well there's an easy way to debunk that or prove it. Was it before, during, or after a fucking earthquake? If the answer to all three of them is no, then you're bullshit.
These lights can take many forms: glowing balls, streaks of light, or pulsing flashes in the sky.
Nobody's got an actual picture of it.
In various locations around the world, often preceding major quakes, such as the 2007 Pisco earthquake in Peru, the 2009 L'Aquila earthquake in Italy, and Japan's 2022 Fukushima quake. Huff's recent research published in Seismological Research Letters suggests that the lights in Somerville could be related to micro-tremors, tiny, often unfelt earthquakes that are still active in the region.
But that would be detected on
Charleston earthquake,
any sensors that they have, no?
To strike the eastern US. The lights may be caused by electrical discharges from stressed underground rocks. Other theories point to ionization of gases like radon or methane interacting with the atmosphere, or piezoelectric effects, where pressure on quartz-rich rocks generates bursts of energy. If these discharges occur near metal structures like buried railroad tracks, they might appear as glowing orbs moving mysteriously through the darkness. While the lights continue to be a cultural curiosity in Somerville, Huff believes they could also be valuable scientific clues. Tracking where and when these lights appear could help geologists identify hidden fault lines and better understand
nobody's got a picture of them because it's the first thing I would do if I saw that shit.
A region not typically known for large quakes, but one with a surprising tectonic history. The residents of Somerville may not give up.
What if it's dinosaur ghosts? What if it's ghosts of dinosaurs?
Their ghost stories anytime soon, but thanks to researchers like Huff, we may one day understand the true nature of these spectral lights. Until then, the phenomenon remains one of the few places where folklore and geology walk side by side.
Yeah, heard of dinosaurs. I like that explanation better.
Well, hey, that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much.
Right slap, Tom. Could be dinosaurs. Herds and herds of dinosaurs. I don't know. I mean, I think that the rule of traumatic death, being eaten by a T-Rex or a Carno or a Spino, or being buried in a landslide or a mudslide or falling into a tar pit, that creates enough trauma for, you know. But then that again goes for the spirits of pets that people see. Surely to God they would be reincarnated, but they're not. So you'd never know. Dinosaurs, it's a better explanation than micro fucking quakes. Sorry, micro tremors. It really is, and it's cooler. and there's absolutely no way that you can prove that it's not a herd of dinosaur ghosts. So, before I forget, I was going to do this on TikTok the other day and I decided not to because it really fucking infuriates me. I did put this in the WhatsApp Yscape, so you'll know what I'm talking about when I talk about it. Jack-o'-lanterns. There's a thing going around Facebook, TikTok just now about jack-o'-lanterns and the origin of jack-o'-lanterns. Please ignore it because it absolutely pisses me off. So there's one video and one woman that seems to have a campaign, and she's a British woman, that is it jack-o'-lanterns where the decapitated heads of black American slaves that were set on fire and hung from posts to, I don't know what to do, to scare other slaves. That is not the origin of a jack-o'-lantern, and it was never a fucking thing. And her excuse was Google won't tell you that. Google doesn't tell you that because it never fucking happened. Never in my lifetime have I ever heard about all the stuff that's going on about BLM and this. Never has that been a thing. Jack-o'-lanterns are an Irish legend, folklore. That is where it comes from, Ireland. Now, that to me screams absolute double standards, because we are not allowed to wear braids and stuff. We can't do braids, nothing like that. Anything that's culturally inappropriate for white people, Scottish, English, fucking wherever you're from, we can't do that. But you can take one of our traditions and shit all over it. It was actually turnips. It was traditionally turnips, and it was, and the legend of the jack-o'-lantern, it was a turnip. He had a turnip, and he was a spirit called, I think it was Stinky Jack. No, wait a minute, I'm gonna have to check. I am gonna have to check. Stinky. Why did I say Stinky? Stingy Jack, sorry, I said Stinky Jack. Right, so Stinky Jack is an Irish folk tale about a man yeah. Why does that come up with a thing about Pac-Man? So he got himself thrown out of heaven and hell because he was very naughty. And he was cursed to walk the earth for all eternity with nothing but a hollowed out turnip containing an ember from hell to light his way. That is the true origin of a jack-o'-lantern. It was never what this video is telling people. Absolute false fucking information, shitting all over Irish folklore, and it fucking winds me up. It absolutely winds me up. We all want equality and equal rights. We cannot scream bloody murder because some days somebody's deciding now that this is now getting attacked. It's fucking bullshit. It pissed me right off. It absolutely pissed me off. And the fact that in this chat there was about 10 other people saying that is not right, and this person was adamant, absolutely adamant that is what that happened. I've never heard anything like it. I've never heard anything like it. Like I haven't. I've never heard anything like it. I'm nearly 40 years old, and all of a sudden 2025, oh yeah, that's where jackal, that's what they used to do. That's a jack-o'-lantern thing. If they used to do that, that does not take away from the fact that that has fuck all to do with the Irish tradition. Has nothing to do with the Irish tradition. That's some sick, twisted, and whoever thought that up. That's some serious deviance in a brain there to think something like that up. Why would you even want to imagine that happening to people? I can't get with these mentalities. I just can't. Scream equality, then trash somebody else's culture. But that's okay, because we can't say anything about it. Well, Irish people can. Scottish people can. Suppressed nation in the UK is Scotland. We are suppressed. We're still suppressed. Nobody's. Oh, it just winds me up. It just winds me fucking up. I'm trying not to say anything that's too. Yeah, well they were. So we're Scottish people. We still fucking are. No offence, because I know you're an Englishman. Scotland is still under the English government. We cannot do fuck all. That is not run through some system we work for a government that isn't ours. Well, there you go. So you're pretty much one of us anyway, once. You're one of us. No, it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. In this day and age, it should be nobody's skin colour should matter. Nobody's ancestry should be used to push somebody else's campaign forward. If it didn't happen, if it happened, it happened, right? There would be some sort of documentation, or it would have been a thing that existed before now. Jack-o'-lanterns are pumpkin heads. Anything that you carve with a face on it is put on your doorstep to ward off evil spirits, right? What is doing that to somebody in that context going to do? They had enough to deal with that would keep them in line without that needing to be a thing. And all my years of growing up and hearing horror stories about the 3Ks and stuff, it's never been a thing. It's never been a fucking thing. But now it is. It loses credibility for the fight that you're fighting for when you start stomping all over other people's cultures to get whatever you're trying to achieve out of it. What are you going to achieve out of that? I'm not going to stop making pumpkins. I'm not going to stop making pumpkins because somebody's decided that we can't have that now. I don't actually think there's, like, when I googled it, there was nothing came up. No. Yeah, it might have been a thing. Maybe it's happened once or twice, but it was never a jack-o'-lantern situation. That's fucking twisted, sick, morbid, human brains in it. I did not like that when there were so many people in the live saying that's not right, that is really not right, that's not the... But it wasn't like they were saying this is what happened, they took that tradition and turned it into this. They were saying this is the true origin of a jack-o'-lantern. They weren't just saying that they took the Irish tradition and turned it into something horrible. It states that that is the true origin of a jack-o'-lantern. It's not. It really fucking isn't. What is a Mangelwurzel? I want to see what a Mangelwurzel is. I need one of them, that's cute. Mangelwurzel. Rubitage. Ooh, that's just like a fancy turnip. Jack-o'-lanterns or carving pumpkins. So pumpkins were developed in America. But it was turnips. I like that. Yeah, pumpkins were... We took the tradition over to America. Irish people in England, it was Cornwall and Devon, people from down there, and they turned the turnips into pumpkins, and then that came back over. I think it's brilliant, but it predates, like every culture, every historic culture has some form of ward face carved into something that is significant for Halloween and stuff, keeping the spirits away. But yeah, it's not where that was. I'm trying to be like really not a dick because I could be. And like tonight, I was laughing with the kids on the way to the shop about that troll and about people coming and asking me what model my broomstick is and stuff. Do people actually really still believe that we fly? Wildscapes, can you fly? Because so Tuesday we're going to do witch trials, Pendle, easy easy hat easy hat, Witch Airways. If I ever get a private jet, I'm gonna call it the Broomstick. I'm gonna have broomstick vinyls down the side of it, and it's gonna be black with white broomsticks, so at night time all you see is these glowing dark broomsticks. No, I like Easy Hat better. But yeah, Tuesday we're gonna look at Pendle Hill and Salem Witch Trials. We'll dig into a wee bit of them. I think we've delved a wee bit before, we dabbled a wee bit before, didn't we? We'll have a look at them. So if there's any other witch trials, I know because there was a lot of them, we'll maybe look at the ones from where Barbie was, because there was a 91 pages of witches in Scotland between 17 66 and 1771. Yeah, that's what the broom is for. The sweeping motion, innit? I never even thought, I can't find my dustpan and brush. I've got a broomstick there. I might use that to sweep my salt out the door. Yeah, but if you could think of any other, oh, maybe do Salem as well. I know that's America, but it was the same shit, wasn't it? I haven't delved any more into Barbie yet. I've not, well, I couldn't find anything else after she was tried, so I still don't know. There's no death certificate that I can access without having to pay 66 quid a fucking year, which I'm not doing. It said there was a death certificate. Whether it's for the same Barbie, I will not know. Well, I didn't buy that. Kev paid for that, so yeah. Whether or not I'll ever find out what happened to Barbie. I hope she didn't die in jail. I know a lot of them did, but I hope she didn't die in jail. I hope she was freed. She was Big Boss Witch. She was Big Grand Witch, which is brilliant. I love it. She wasn't charged as an associate or accomplice. She was the chargee. The coven that came with her did her bidding. I love it. I fucking love it. I still don't know what happened to Catherine either. There's no record of what happened to Catherine. And I've still not delved into my maternal side, because I know there's Romany Gypsy on that side, so it's kind of an open book at the minute as to how freaky Looney actually is. I would like to find out what happened to them though. I did search what I was doing before I stopped, because there was just so much to go through as I was looking at, I know, right, I was looking at all the graveyards from the area to see if I could find Barbie's husband or Barbie. But again, if she was tried and executed as a witch, she will not be in a graveyard. Don't even know if she'll be marked anywhere as being in a grave. But if she was tried and cleared, then hopefully there will be a graveyard somewhere that's got her gravestone in it. But a lot of the old graveyards are being moved to newer burials. It just depends if there is plot. I don't know if they recycle plots after so long. But the furthest we could get back, that I could get back in a couple of them, was the turn of the 18th century. Now, if she lived, so we figured out she would probably have been about 60 when she was tried, because she was married in 1724 and she was tried in 1759. Is it 59 or 69? So she's bound to have been about 50, 60 when she was tried as a witch. So would she have lived another 30 years? Don't know. Would she have survived prison at that age? I mean, you would think that if she was a witch, then yes, she would have, but it depends. It just depends. But I'll keep looking. I'll keep searching. I still want to go to that location that I triangulated on though. I don't understand why it would be sending me there and telling me there was a correspondence to a location on the national grid in my town, which is fucking weird. It's absolutely fucking weird. And it was the only page out of 90 different pages. Hers and one of the other people that was tried separately with my maiden name, or my true maiden name. She didn't have one, but Barbie did. And it triangulated, and then one of the other women that was tried with her had one, and it triangulated somewhere up in, what did I say? Was it Hampshire? Hamilton. But it's cool. Right, I am going to shoot off. We'll do witch trials on Tuesday. I'll make a trailer for them for it before Saturday. Because I'll have Taterbug from Saturday till Tuesday, I think. Right, fuckers, I will see you later. Even though sorry. Right, I'm going to go and have a cup of tea because I've had 2 coffees. I'll be back on 7 o'clock tomorrow for Fleetwood Fridays on the TikTok. Be good.